Hey everyone, this is Jenny Garcia, and this is another December daily process video. And finally, we're at day one. Uh, and I'm also gonna make day two here. I wanted to create a divider between these two pocket pages because I felt like it was too much. I have photos in almost every pocket page, then I have that little page which holds Elf magazine, very famous magazine at the North Pole. All the elves read it. And I got the idea to create this divider. I have a bunch of Pinterest pin. Okay, that's a lot of redundancy. I have a lot of pins. I also have some save Instagram images that I draw attention from, and one of the main ones was a circle. It was a lot different than this one. I cannot scrap lift properly. I love getting inspiration. I guess that's a good thing because then I'm not totally stealing an idea. But when it comes to those challenges of scrap lift this, I suck so bad at it. But this is not a challenge. I was doing it for myself, so it doesn't really matter. And I am using the Glitter and Ice and Christmas Cheer collections from Pretty Little Studio. I wanted to separate the number from that busy background. So that circle is actually a very light peach pattern paper with white dots. That gold number I caught from a vinyl that they were selling at Target. I think it was 2 years ago. I don't know if they sold that last year, but you can always watch out for this year. Hopefully, they have it. And I use my silhouette to cut it. But it's an old Pretty Little Studio cut file, and you can get numbers of exactly this font from the Christmas cheer collection. I have the plaid and I have the one with black and white lines, but it kind of like clash with the colors and the patterns that I was using. I love patterns, but even I sometimes need to take back a step. I love this. I think the name is called Pretty Bubbles or Bob. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's not bubbles that you blow, but the bubble says something like sparkly. And again, I'm using the same uh, pattern paper to frame that number. This time I learned and I stapled it before I glue it on the circle page. But yeah, both of, I think all those three papers are from Glitter and Ice. And I'm also gonna use more Glitter and Ice to find a pattern paper for that card. It's a little bit smaller than 4x6, and it's just a letter that Charlotte bought. She got for the girls when she came back from the North Pole. She was in a jar and she was wearing a tiny mask because elves don't really get sick like humans, but they still like to be careful and be considerate. So she came in the jar with a very tiny mask and a very tiny hand sanitizer, and it was the cutest thing ever. And she was just mad again because we did not have the Christmas tree out by the first. By the time she got here, she gets her tinsel in a tangle whenever she doesn't see the Christmas tree. So she was just asking about that and the fact that we were about to move, so there were lots of boxes around, and she was asking about that and just mentioning it. That die cut is also from Glitter and Ice, and I wanted to add that tiny gold heart uh, on the bear sweater, and I could have sworn that it was a sticker, and I lost like a minute just trying to like until I eventually like gave up and just used adhesive. I don't think it's a sticker. Looking back at it, maybe I was really tired. I kept it really simple with just the bear, a little washy because the pattern paper it's a little busy. You can only see a little bit of it, but you also have a photo that has writing on it, and you have so many items here. This little photo is of my daughter holding the jar. That was really cool though, because then my daughter could grab the jar and just go from room to room, just, you know, showing Charlotte around. I think she showed Charlotte to her class. And yeah, she enjoyed that. And I freaking love those little border stickers and the little word stickers. I'm like, I have two of the phrase stickers in the color because I have two in color, one in white, but I definitely need to get another scallop border stickers because they're so cool. Like, I thought they were really pretty. And this happens a lot with Pretty Little Cedar stuff. Like, you see online, you're like, oh, that's pretty, that's cute. But then you get it and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be a staple for years. So I need to stock up since it's a family owned and well, yeah, it's a family owned. Melissa does everything, shipping. Uh, she cuts, prints, packaging, all of that done by her. But this collection was designed by Kim Watson, but Christmas Cheer was designed by Melissa. So she's like a one woman show. And I know that I'm not gonna, like, once every few years, she like just phases out collections to have space for new ones. So I want to have those stickers for the near future in my stash. And also, they are not like super Christmassy. They have patterns that you can use for everything. So I think that it's an awesome staple. These stars are also very cool. They're vellum. They come in different shapes. And I use my Tombow Mono Adhesive Plus to glue these down. The Mono Adhesive Plus, it's clear, so you won't see it through the vellum. And this vellum is also like, I feel like a little bit, I don't want to say darker, I'm going to say foggier, even though that's not something that you would use to describe paper, but you know what I mean. It's so you really don't see the adhesive at all. So that's great. And I'm going to layer them. I'm going to put two stars like layered together on that side. And I'm really excited about how that turned out because I had no idea what I was going to do here. And I was like, oh, just add some stars. Let me see what comes out of that. And it turned out really cool. And of course, you know what I'm going to add? The little phrase stickers. So you're going to see those soon. And honestly, you might see those in almost every December daily video that I will make in the future. And I just wanted to add, there's like a little blank space there in that corner. That photo right there is just the advent calendar that my girls got last year. It was the Pokemon one. Honestly, it's meh. If you see it and you want to get it for your kids, it wouldn't be my first recommendation. I don't know. Meh. That's all I have to say. My girls love Pokemon and they love Lego, and I thought that that was going to be such a hit. And it kind of was. They liked it. Just wasn't impressed by it, like, for the price. So that's a little review of the product for those of you who love advent calendars. And a lot of people that do the advent calendars and then they have kids. So if you see it, and you can see in the jar, Charlotte was reading her magazine. That way, you know, she didn't get bored in there. She read a lot. And on that photo on top, my daughters are opening day 1 and 2 because it arrived a little bit later than it was supposed to. But no biggie, they'll just open it the next day. Each day came with tiny bits of instructions. And I kept those in an envelope. I don't know if I'm gonna add them because the album is already chunky, and it is 24 tiny bits of folded paper, you know, with instructions. They're not very complicated or very big, but when you have 24 tiny bits of paper, it adds up. And here I'm gonna do. This is gonna be. I'm gonna do that so often. The little layering with the star or the heart, the scallop border, and a little word sticker. I just wanted to cover that blank space on top. I could have stamped there too. That works perfectly. And here is a view that. If you haven't seen that process video, it's the last one that I uploaded. I have a whole December daily playlist that you can watch, and I have December Daily 2020. This is the little magazine Charlotte was reading. If you're interested in getting Elf magazine, you can send me a message on Instagram and I'll send it to you. And it just has like a little bit of information about other holidays that other people celebrate. And that's Charlotte. She was the cover girl for that month and year. She has a very famous career as a model back at the North Pole. She has to do something during the year. Well, thank you so much for watching and listen to me ramble on about elves and paper. I hope you're having an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the next videos, and also click little bell that you get notifications of when I upload. Have an awesome day. Bye.